Good morning. Welcome all of you. Bande Matram. This morning we are going to discuss a great topic that is on rebirth. The topic which usually people prefer to know, irrespective of their groupism, which group they belong to. Of course, they are spiritual or not, or they are leading in the ordinary life. Even they don't belong to the they don't belong to the any particular so-called spiritual or religious group. But thing is that this question is very much frequent in their life. People usually they are in queries. They come to understand, they come to know what really this rebirth is means, how the rebirth take place, what is the purpose of the rebirth, and why this rebirth is again and again coming. So these are the very much oft inquired topic. People usually ask different type of question, different sorts of question, different formats in different ways. They want to know because that is the most inquired topic. Of course, there people, what is the purpose of rebirth, and of course we are going to discuss everything in short, in brief. Let us try to quote two. Of course, we will discuss everything from Sri Aurobindo's writing. Now, I will try to quote two lines initially from Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo on rebirth, very interesting, very significantly, he wants to explain. If there is the evolution of the conscious of a conscious individual, Sri Aurobindo starts the sentence with if there is the evolution of a conscious individual, there must be then there must be a rebirth. So that is the point of consideration. If there is the evolution of a conscious individual, then there must be a rebirth. Again, we'll see very significantly Sri Aurobindo in another term, in another format. Sri Aurobindo tries to explain on while explaining the process of immortality. Sri Aurobindo tries to quote here: to be perpetually reborn is the condition of material in immortality. Immortality does not mean that somebody, suppose he has a last span of something around 70 years. So anyway, he is actually extended by the span around 20 years more. So 70 plus 20, he is dying at around 90. So that is not considered as the immortality, as we have seen in the case of Nisikanta. He was supposed to die, but actually he expressed his willingness almost at the deathbed when he was carried by stretcher to the for the last darshan of the mother, and he expressed his will when he that I want to see attend the how the steer in the centenary celebration in this physical form. So mother blessed, and with the mother's blessing, he lived for another 17 years. So that we can claim that is immortality. But Sri Aurobindo quotes here to be perpetually reborn. Here, reborn thing is expressed and clarified on rebirth, stress upon rebirth. To be perpetually reborn is the condition of a material immortality. Again, how this, of course, it is immortality. Sri Aurobindo try to explain. The moment knows himself, the moment when man knows himself, then there is death no more. And there, of course, Sri Aurobindo has quoted on immortality later, and the death, end of death and death of ignorance, that is everything ends on immortality. So to know how to be perpetually reborn is the condition of the material immortality. Again, in Ek Savitri, Sri Aurobindo, while he was trying to explain birth and death at the ceaseless iterations cause. Ceaselessly it is occurring, ceaseless iterations cause. Again, Sri Aurobindo, of course, quoted beautifully, immortality assured itself by death. By death, immortality is assured. Immortal by renewed mortality. So again and again, this process, it is a continuous process that is taking place. Of course, we'll see how it takes place, and everything will be decided, and of course defined and redefined and explained and re-explained by Sri Aurobindo, how really this rebirth, the process of rebirth really takes shape. Again, Sri Aurobindo quotes, this is the psychic choice at the time of death. While, as we know, there is a soul, that is the spark soul in us, and with the through the process of development, it becomes psychic being, Chaitya Purusha. So the soul has come here for the two purposes. One is your so-called to gather experience. Second, to develop and progress, to progress and develop. That is the thing. So Sri Aurobindo quotes here, the psychic being at the time of death chooses what it will take, what it will work out in the next birth. That is the criteria, that is the point. At the time of death, the psychic decides, chooses all what it will work in the next birth, and determines the character and condition of the new personality. First, at the time of death, it chooses. Second, it determines the character and the conditions of the new personality. Everything decided by the psychic being at the point of death. And life is for the evolutionary growth by the experience in the conditions of the ignorance. Experience in the conditions of the ignorance, that is what been gathered by the psychic being till one is ready for the higher light, higher growth. So this is the positions here in the course. Everything already we know that psychic to gather experience, and it has to proceed in the normal way. So that is the process. It has to take experience, so it has to decide. So nothing with the mind, vital or physical to do. Only it is the psychic being that is the most efficiently and the most interestingly only the psychic deciding authorities. Here in the Econ quotes here, the dying wish of a man only something on the surface, nothing to do with the, it is the everything mind, vital and physical, it related. But thing is that may be determined by the psychic, so help the shape of future and does not determine any psychic's choice. So everything the choice that is done about the formation, about the shape, about the personal new personality, character and condition of the personality, things are totally decided and by the psychic, and it is the psychic choice. So something behind the veil, already know initially it is the spark of the divine, it is behind the veil, and from the veil it actually works. It decides everything. Not the outer consciousness action determine the inner process. Nothing, because it is from inside outward is the rule. That is decided from inside. The inmost self is psychic being, and it decides everything what exactly has to be done. Nothing is decided or discriminated, or everything is done on the surface through mind, life and body. So sometimes the sign of fragments of the inner action that comes up to the surface. Example, some fragments of the inner action that comes up to the surface, we can take on view by it example as exampled by Sri Aurobindo. Some people have a vision or remembrance of the circumstances of the past in a panoramic flash at the time of death. As a panoramic flash, the experience and remembrance of the circumstances of their past, they have a flash at the time of death. This is the psychic's review here in the course. This is the psychic review of the life before really death. Again, Sri Aurobindo quotes beautifully, the real sanction for good and ill is not good fortune for the one and bad fortune for the another. But what happens? The good leads towards a higher nature, which eventually lifted up above the suffering. That is what the good nature. And of course, ill pulls towards the lower nature, which remains always in the circle of suffering and evil. So karmavad, that also it is working there. A good man's suffering in this world is the proof according to their. Sometimes we feel a good term, good man doing some everything good, but how it is suffering. So here in the course, a good man's suffering in his life would be proof according to their orthodox theory that he was a very great villain in the past life. And sometimes a bad person but leading a good life, it indicates that during for his past deeds and the fruit of his past deeds, he is actually good doing. In the past life he was angelic, and he is now reaping the crop of his virtue and leading a very nice life. Again, Sri Aurobindo quotes, it is not the soul, it is not the soul that psychic that placed. One question was there, whether the psychic being takes a lesser form. Means here it is a good form, now itself there will be a retrogression or degradation of the psychic being. Sri Aurobindo quotes, no, it is not nothing like this. It is not the soul or psychic being that is say lesser form in the next birth, lesser form in the next birth. It is some part of the manifested being. It is some part of the manifested being, usually some part of the vital that takes it, because vital, there are some attachments, some greed, some instincts, some sexual aptitude, etc. So that in that case it takes the vital, some part of the vital that does, owing to some desire, affinity and need of the particular experience. For that, actually some part of the vital get some part of the vital from the original, it gets detached, and of course it takes the animal origin, and after getting satisfied it returns to the original one, vital. So this happens fairly often to the ordinary man, but in sadhak or in of the man of higher consciousness, it is rarely happening. That is what is here in the course. Again, we'll see few lines about the new birth. When there is a new birth, one brings all that is necessary from the past lives. What is already we have seen in the when in the through the journey of the soul, we have find that all your physical things that is gets dissolved, and then comes the journey towards the vital level. Here you have to, that is the dangerous, even dreadful, or even the dreadly difficult period. And after crossing it, mind, mental elements, mind goes to the mental plane, then psychic goes to the psychic level for rest, so that it can be able to prepare itself for the next birth. It has to, and there it has the past life, the experience it has been gathered, it has to be rectified, scrutined. Whatever is required, that will be retained, and whatever not required, that must be thrown off. So here still in the course, everything must be gathered from the past lives, but one gather that necessary from the earth consciousness, and so that it brings new elements to, so that one new one, the one develops. So what is the most requisite is what is our requirements, with that actually it goes to the next level. Against your window course, when one gets a new body, very interestingly, already we have quoted someone now he is in the ashram. Actually he was forbidden to ride the bike, but actually he rode, and there was a severe accident, almost a fatal accident. He was about to die, but he is unwilling to die. Complained his soul complained to the mother, no, no, I don't want to die. Then what will happen, because my work is unfinished, I have to do a lot of things. Then mother, that time actually his sister was pregnant. Mother drove back her soul, his soul towards the pregnant, conceived soul inside his mother, his sister. So after he took birth, and now itself he is in ashram in a very radiant atmosphere. He is working very vigorously with all the whims, all the intellects. So mother course, one gets new body. When new body, nature, the nature which inhabit it, the nature mind, the nature of vital, the nature of physical is made of the many personality, not one single personality it is supposed. Already we have seen body is summed the drifts of numberless births. Numberless, it is uncountable, not even a billion, trillion, something unnumbered, so numberless births. Although there are one central being, already we know Jivatma, self, central being, or there is a central being. This complex personality is formed partly by bringing together the personality of the past lives, but also by gathering experience, tendencies, influences from the earth atmosphere. From earth atmosphere, gather the person responsibility from the past lives, but gathering experiences, tendencies, and influences from the earth atmosphere, which are taken up by one of the constituent personalities as suitable to his own nature. Such influence left behind, as quoted by such an experience left behind by Vivekananda or one of his disciples, may have been taken by you, which was the answer. The question was put, how it works. But thing is that it is difficult to complain upon the great souls, because Vivekananda is a vibhuti of that sort. So it is difficult to analyze it. But thing is that real principle, real question, things are gathered about these influences, instincts, tendencies, influences, experiences All are gathered from the past lives and from the earthly atmosphere for the formation of the new past and the new beginning. That is what the almost it is the prime secret of our rebirth. Thank you, Vande Mataram.